Welcome everyone back to Full Send Rejects, Full Send Review Edition. I'm your host Kodak, and today on another ADHD inspired journey, we're having another review with a hit show today, The Rookie. This is a show I started recently. It is absolutely phenomenal. I have been loving it. I'm still in the first season, but this is episode 8, Time of Death. Very intense sounding an episode title, right? And I very much enjoyed this episode. Might be one of their best so far. A lot of plot points come together there. Um, a lot of intensity. And a lot of it focuses around Nolan, who is a tremendous character so far in this show. And him and Bishop both respond to a robbery. And they show up to this robbery and they see a clerk. Well, and it looks like she's holding two people at gunpoint with a shotgun. She has, the pump action shotgun. She's ready to blast some heads. However, we establish she is the shop owner, and the officers convince her to lower the weapon, but go figure, the two try to take off. Bishop was able to tackle the one almost immediately. Professional ass cop handcuffs him, but Nolan has to chase the other one, and they end up into a family's house. And this guy, this is all in the first like 5-10 minutes. This guy holds a family at gunpoint for a second before he runs upstairs, and Nolan finds him in, I guess, the dad's room, maybe, I don't know, someone's room, and it's going through some stuff. And John Nolan's like, "Hey, quit your shit, knock it off, come on, put your hands up." But he sees this guy has a gun. Immediately, Nolan goes to grab his firearm, his handgun, and he orders this guy, "Put down the gun, put down the gun." Next thing you know, this bad guy goes to raise his weapon, and Nolan fires one shot to the chest. Clean shot, by the way. Clean shot on that. Um, However, I got a dog points for realism because we know America, police are unloading, okay? We're not firing one shot. We know our police forces. If you're firing one shot as a rookie, you are very disciplined. Good on you. Moving forward, though, immediately Bishop treats this like a crime scene, like it's a murder scene. Again, now you can see the fictional here because this is America. Does that always happen? No. But she does do the proper thing. She treats it like a crime scene because this is a homicide. And Nolan has to hand over his weapon and go on leave while dealing with his first killing. Now he is able to have someone be kind of sort of a grief counselor, but kind of walk him through the process. And he chooses his sergeant, Sergeant Gray. But immediately he has to turn over his weapon. And this show or this episode does such a great job of showing what kind of struggle Nolan was dealing with, because the camera work, the sound effects, everything, guys, really puts you into that mind space. He is struggling. For example, there's one point he's being questioned by Sergeant Gray in an internal office or affairs, which is actually his fellow rookie's dad, Officer Jackson. And while he's being questioned, you can see him shake, and the camera does this fuzzy thing, and it makes you feel his anxiety, his PTSD. And you just see him feeling guilty as all hell. Like he does not want to do this. And all while this is going on, guys, there's a side plot where Officer Bradford's wife, last episode, arrested on drug charges, quite a bit of heroin, I think it was. But she was brought back to the precinct where she can work as a CI. And Bradford is not okay. She's an ex-cop. This is his wife. Yes, she is horrible person, guys. I mean, she is the crown jewel of what you might think when you think of a crackhead. I mean, she's disheveled when he couldn't help, or when he refused to help her and hide drugs are in her house. She lashed out, all of that. And if I mean, if you've been around someone who's been in that situation, is an addict, many of us have been through that. We know what it's like, and it was pretty spot on. But his concern, Bradford's concern, is as a ex cop, someone might make her and do something and kill her easily. And they do go forward with the bust, however. There's two detectives in charge of it. And what they do is they arrest her boyfriend, who was supposed to go to a meet, found drugs on him. He's supposed to be on parole, so that Bradford's wife, who's also sleeping with this guy, could take his spot. And it's funny because they bring the guy in and uses his phone call to call her and be like, yo, I need you to not immediately do this, but she was trying to guide him with the help of the detectives, like what to say to get him there to make him think it's his idea. But she gets there, and things are calm at first. Things are cool, but next thing you know, you see her body cam get turned off with the drug dealer they're going after. Looks like he's grabbed her, and when Bradford ran in against the detective's wishes, who said, "Hey, is this a malfunction?" She's gone. Camera's on the floor. There's some blood. Some shit went down. So very curious where this goes. And we go back to John Nolan, who is trying to keep everyone at a distance. He was told by Officer Jackson from Eternal Affairs, hey, you can talk to anybody, feel free. But that also opens us up to question them. So be careful. And that's what he does. He keeps everyone away. But Lucy, ex-girlfriend Lucy, ex-cop, or not ex-cop, current cop, ex-girlfriend, follow rookie Lucy, is trying hard as hell to get him to open up. And finally, he ends up opening up to her. And in response, they get in some action. All right, they're back. They're hooking up in their house. He takes her back to his house, and they get. But the next morning they come to their senses. Lucy's like, "Hey, this is a fucking mistake." Not like that. She's not like, oh, "This I should never have done." It's like, "Hey, it was fun, but we should not do this again." So she goes to get a shower, and Nolan hears a sound and sees his door open. And go figure, it's the dude's brother, the guy who he shot. His brother shows up, breaks into his house, and now holds him at gunpoint. And Nolan is trying to reason, like, I didn't have a choice. He was raising a gun at me. He was not listening. I fear for my life. Of course, brothers are brothers. He wouldn't do that. There's no way. I don't believe you. And Lucy hears something, and she gets out of the shower like a fall because no one's on the floor. So she gets into her towel, but as soon as she starts walking in, all you hear is a gunshot. Boom! And that's it. Nothing else. And it really leaves you wondering what the fuck just happened, because you don't see no one take a gun. You don't see any of that. I'm hoping someone else showed up to the house and saved Nolan. I don't think Nolan is dead or shot or anything, but some shit happened. And that's most of the episode. But for fans of The Rookie, or people are interested in this, there's another pair that we haven't talked about yet, Lopez and West, and their adventures in this episode. They found a severed foot, just a rotten foot. They were like arresting some girl, and she just happened to have a foot on her. And she was all high as hell, no idea. It's decrepit, it's rotten. So that's a fun plot line that's going on. But this is a really good episode, guys. Highly recommend checking out The Rookie. Like I said, I'm on the first episode, or the first season, 8th episode. Very good. I do understand that as the seasons went on, it got more of a following. But definitely check out the show, guys, especially if you like cop shows, especially if you like these kind of dramatic shows too. Very good. As for the rating, IMDb gave this an 8.6. However, I'm giving it a higher. I'm going 9.5. This was an excellent episode. Keep in mind these ratings are fluid. Might come down later. I don't know. The more I think about it, but I do set it as a 9.5. The very bottom is a 9.2. Just everything how they display Nolan's anxiety, his frustrations, that's what takes it for me. That's what keeps us. And then you throw on the drama of Bradford and his wife, everything going on. I am excited to see what happens next, guys. I hope you are too. I hope you're enjoying this. We just had another episode come out for Full Send, a full length episode, about 2 hours where I recorded this. Definitely go check that out. We are talking football being back, reckless optimism, some Toy Story action going on. It's a very good episode. There's some post-apocalyptic survival skills, and you know how things go on these episodes. Shit goes sideways, and it's fun for everybody involved, including you guys, the listeners. So continue to listen, continue to share. We appreciate every little thing, guys. Give us your feedback on everything we're doing, all these changes we're doing. And until next time, guys, you know the drill. Never stop full fucking sending it.